record button. And hi guys, welcome to Flip These Bricks Academy Monday networking call. So happy to see you all's faces. I am Jasmine, your host. It's another Monday and they come very quickly. And so I'm so glad that you guys made time to join us today. I'm going to share my screen really quickly and we'll kind of go through our housekeeping rules and then we can talk about our book club meeting, Miss Janice. Yay! Oh wait, I did that. Hold on. Stop sharing. But wait, I'm messing up here. Sorry. All right, so, oh, Jasmine. My bad, guys. Technical difficulties. I got excited about the book club call.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, oh my goodness. So the meetup is working. I'll say that, Daniel. It's definitely working.
Mm-hmm.
Had two new faces on our call today from the meetups.
Yes.
So it was really nice. Hopefully they will return. We tried to capture some information for them. We invited them here on the call, so hopefully they will come.
You
If
talking
not,
about the book club?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
If not this week, then maybe they'll come at some point. All right. So welcome to Flip These Bricks Academy. We meet every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do ask that you have your cameras on as we like to see the faces of those that we're doing business with. We ask that you monitor your microphones and that you monitor them and you give your full attention to the person that is speaking. And most importantly, we ask for your participation. These calls only get better and get more engaging and more beneficial as more and more people share and engage with us. So please don't be afraid to unmute your mic and chat with us. Let us know what's going on in your world and your real estate world. So my Monday motivation this week, I took from our book, the 10X rule, because it was so powerful. And so, Miss Janice, this is a repeat for you, but as long as you are alive, you will either live to accomplish your own goals and dreams, or you will be used as a resource to accomplish someone else's. And so that was a powerful statement for me in this book. It was my aha moment. And I ask that you all just continue to press into your goals and dreams and just remember that either you're working for yourself or you're working for someone else. And we're here every week to make connections. We believe in the power of partnership. So we are trying to build a community, or we are building a community of professional business owners who will build partnerships with us, share knowledge, refer business, and of course, to create real estate opportunities. Our mantra or our book that we reference here quite a bit is Who Not How by Dan Sullivan. Great book. And what it suggests is that you ask the question, who can help me in establishing this goal or this dream, instead of how can I get it done? So. And as you can see, we are growing. We have a second map now, so we are still growing in numbers. Hopefully you guys have joined us on our WhatsApp platform. It's been really great, a great communication platform. Been definitely sharing over there. So please join us if you have not. And I'm loving the meetups. It's so funny because I'm loving the chapters and how they're growing and developing and becoming organic in every state. But the meetups have been really great as well. So for our chapter leaders, if you would make sure that you go into your chapters and post our events, even if they're not happening in your city. Today in our book club, we had someone from Oklahoma and we had another lady from Plano. And we have guys joining our group now, so that makes me very excited, another perspective. So just know that we're going to be hosting and kicking off some in-person events. We're also going to be doing some active projects. Our goal is to have active projects in every one of our cities, and I am calling Connecticut next for our next project. And we are always looking for partnerships and building our community and our team. So please make sure that when you're out in the marketplace, when you're out and about, that you refer business attorneys to us, real estate agents, credit repair. We need lenders, subcontractors, and even those who are just willing to educate, share about financial wealth, personal development. So we are looking for all of those type of partnerships. So keep your ears to the floor for us. And we have a great membership referral program whereas if you refer someone and they pay their membership dues, you receive $1,000 in referral fee. So please don't say that there's no way to gain capital. There is definitely a way. Just by helping us grow our community, you can grow your portfolio and your investments as well. And as I mentioned earlier, we are kicking off a new book. So our new book is The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. And just in the introduction in chapter 1, I am definitely wowed by this book. I'm excited to continue with it. So I did do a breakdown. This week we did the intro in chapter 1. Next week we'll be doing chapter 2 through chapter 8. So please join us. Even if you're not a reader, it's still always a great conversation. I promise you, you will walk away with something beneficial. In this book, the focus is to establish the amount of effort needed to guarantee success. So how much work do you need to do? And then also, what level do you need to maintain to be able to continue this success throughout your life? And then it also talks about taking action, 10 times the action. So really good book thus far. And believe it or not, our Empowerment Business Gala in Atlanta, in our Atlanta chapter, is less than a month away. I'm getting very, very excited about this. I was actually able to connect with Lene today, and we were brainstorming about our panel discussion that we'll be having. So it's going to be some great talks, great questions, and I'm just excited about Dr. Harris, and as well as Cato. They have some really great platforms, and so it's going to be a great event of networking and empowerment and business building. So please make sure you buy your tickets. You can get them on Eventbrite or VIP Socio. It's less than $40 with all the tax and fees. And it's, like I said, it's going to be a great time. So make sure that you join us for that. And as always, you can find us on these social media platforms, most frequently Instagram. So make sure that you join us on that platform so you can learn more about us, keep up with our projects, and just kind of stay tuned for things that are coming about. And if you are ready to apply, become an official member, you can find our application at flipthesebricksacademy.com. And one last thing, I don't have a flyer for it, but I did yesterday post a sample video in WhatsApp. We are looking for some testimonial videos for our October event and even just for general marketing. So we are asking if you guys can do a short video just saying how FTB has benefited you, what your takeaways from it. If you could just have a nice clean background, kind of look like you took a shower, and make us a short video. We greatly appreciate it, right? It doesn't have to be anything too fancy. Don't think about it too deep. We're just looking for the message. We want to spread the message and continue to grow our community. So we are asking for that. And then we are also wanting to build a directory. I had kind of showed a sample a few weeks ago, but make sure that your bio is updated. Make sure that you have a forward-facing picture. You can send those to me, an updated bio if it reflects what you have going on now, if things in your world has changed, products, services, or businesses, and then just a forward-facing picture so that we can accumulate these. And we're going to make like a nice ebook so that you guys can have that to know what resources that we have within our community. So we're asking that you get testimonies over by the 1st. And I would also like to have the bios by the 1st because I'm going to update the website so that we can have a nice fresh website after the event in October. So we are still growing, taking strides day by day. It's like what I said in the book club, it's small chunks every day that make the big goals happen. So we're planting seeds and we're still over here working. So you can take a deep breath and someone else can introduce themselves or just tell us what you have going on in your week. Oh, the book club link. Yes, Carolyn. Are you in our WhatsApp group? Hi, how are you? Are you in the WhatsApp group? No? Okay. I have your email. It should be in the email as well. Can you if you don't mind, if you private text me or private message me your phone number, or you can put it in the chat, then I'll make sure to get it to you directly. Okay. And we're reading the 10X. This one. All right, and I'll put that information in the chat as well. All right. So it's still hot in Texas. Thank you. It's still hot in Texas. It was a nice whopping 96 degrees today. It has been getting darker a little bit earlier. Just making conversation now, guys. So
Mhm.
anyone else would like to tell us what's going on in their part of the world? Be more than happy to hear about it.
Mhm.
Anybody, somebody?
Okay, I'm still working on my nonprofit information so that I can get it out to you guys. It's just been a lot of work with that. Also, I'm getting ready for surgery, so I'm gonna be out a little bit after, not next Friday, but not this Friday, but next Friday.
I was
Um,
going to ask you that. I meant to text you, Maria. Okay,
yeah,
next
yeah,
Friday.
Good
yeah.
luck. Good luck.
I know
Thank you, Ms.
all
Janice.
everything will be well, and we'll keep in touch. Even though you won't be on the calls, you can get the recordings, and we can still
And I
chat.
may be able to get on the call. Janae is gonna come and stay with me a
Oh,
week
nice.
after, yeah, a week after the surgery. So I may be able to sit up and get on the call and listen in or whatever. But
Okay,
I'm
cool.
still excited about Flip These Bricks. Don't get me wrong. I hate I won't be able to come to Atlanta to the first gala
That's okay. We'll
because I'll
have
be,
more.
yeah.
Yes, and you can wait till the Texas event. It's closer. Just saying.
Yeah. So
Oh,
hey everybody.
yes.
Yeah, let me
Okay.
unmute. I was on mute. I have a question for Miss Janice and Jasmine, the queens of the book club. Cause I've been watching you guys and y'all running through those books back to back to back, but it's something y'all must be having some type of sidebar communication going on that we FTB members don't know about because every time y'all come up with a new book and y'all announce a book, y'all seem to already have the book, and then y'all already 10 pages in before we can purchase the book. So I'm trying to figure out what strategy are you guys doing so I can catch up because this 10x book that y'all mentioned on the last call, y'all already had the book already.
Well,
So
we get the book through Amazon.
But when do y'all announce that this is going to be the next book? Because it has to be before our calls because by the time I get the information, y'all got a whole new book.
that's not true, Daniel.
That's my reality though. That's why I'm like,
That is not
you
true.
know,
That's not how that goes.
All right,
Because
you go first. You go first, Jazz.
okay, because I've been talking about. Well, first of all, if you want to really be truthful, I gave out a book. Miss Carolyn was anticipating the E Myth book, so you had time to buy that book. Did you buy that book? No.
because I found out when Miss Carolyn mentioned that she had the book and y'all switched to the next book.
So you don't listen. That's what that means. You don't be listening to us because we announce it and then I announce it and I give you a week to buy the book and we only read intro in chapter 1 this week.
Right.
Okay.
So you have
And
enough
then
time.
and then with one of the other books, one of the challenges was, I think was it Atomic Habits about reading 10 pages? And that has helped. Read at least 10 pages. For me, the audio piece has helped me get through the books quicker because you'd be surprised, sometimes you're sitting down, there's nothing on TV that's positive. So I find if I'm cooking or I'm doing whatever, driving, and I'm listening to a little snippets at a time, you get through the book that way too, versus sitting still and flipping through pages. I still like doing that, but I said, oh, that's was taking me longer. And Jasmine was right on point. We're doing chapters 2 to 6. Next time, 6 to 12. Next time, so it makes you accountable to keep the book moving.
Keep it
So I
moving.
found that to be helpful. And that's why we're going through the book so quickly, so that we have a beginning and an end, and we just have a discussion.
One book a month.
Jasmine, could you text me the link? Somebody just texted me and said that it says that we in a different meeting. I think they might be in your book club meeting trying to get on this call.
Okay. I'll text it to you. No problemo.
Right. So that's the thing with the book club. And even if, we questions that are asked when we're reading the book, I think it still resonates with us all. but I found the most beneficial thing, it's kind of just changing your mindset of how you think and you see certain things. So I think that that's the takeaway for me.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's the one that you guys actually just finished. What was it? The Millionaire Mindset or something like that?
Yeah,
Mhm. The Secret of the Millionaire Mind.
Yeah,
You
the
should
secret
read
of
it.
that's
well,
a
I am. Lauren actually she texted me a whole outline of that book, and I said, you know, Jasmine, I'm just recently finished. We was having a conversation the other day, and she was like, you know, I think you need to read this book and start applying some of those principles. And she sent me a whole outline of it, and I said, you know, that book actually came across the FTB's book club, you know, just recently.
We've been on it. It's so funny. The books have really just been falling into place. It's just been really, really good. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's just been really good. Every book has been building upon each book and it's just getting better and better. So I'm
and
excited.
the secrets to a millionaire mindset. I found that things that we heard growing up in our middle class way, things our parents said, things our village and our sisters and uncles and aunts talked about regarding money, has really been like a foundation of how we're thinking now. And I mean, I just had to laugh. I was telling Jasmine some of the things, you know, that they stated in the book, I've heard most of my life. So
Yeah.
how do you then reverse that and change it and then move forward, you know? So, you know, you get these little pearls of aha moments with all of the books, really.
Join
Mhm.
us, Daniel. Join us, Anthony. Join us,
Yeah.
Maria. Join us, Mr. Sherrod. Join us, guys. Miss Yomi and Miss Carolyn. Please join us on the book club. It's really good. It's a whole nother um additive to this call. So we really get to kind of like if you're looking for more of a something new every week, not saying this, but kind of getting into depths and connecting and having a deeper kind of conversation or a different kind of conversation, join us. Alrighty. So what else is up? I guess what I'll say is I can't believe that you guys are giving me a microphone, that I get to host the whole event in Atlanta. I'm excited and nervous at the same time. I'm like, boy, this is gonna be interesting.
I think you're the most qualified.
Thanks.
Hmm.
It's gonna be interesting. I think this may be my largest audience yet. So I've been practicing and trying to prepare a little bit. So I think we're gonna have a great time.
Yes, we
Gotcha.
will.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All
Well, I
right.
see we got a few new people on here. Lisa, I know who that is. Miss Carolyn, I think she's been on our call before, right?
Yes. She's been on a couple calls. She's a referral of Anthony's, correct? Am I correct? I believe so. Yep. Yes.
Your your microphone is muted, Lisa. If you want to introduce yourself.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah.
Hi,
Hi.
hi. My name is Lisa Smith. I'm from New York City. I'm a retired correction captain. I used to work on Rikers Island. Um, I have a degree. I have a bachelor's degree in business management and in sociology. Um, I have a counseling job that I do now, and I also do volunteer work at a church. That's what I do right now. And I'm looking into getting into real estate. So when when he told me about his group, I said, okay, let me see what it's about and see if this is the group that's actually for me. So here I
No. Well, welcome. We're happy to have you. And we always love new faces and the opportunity to kind of make new connections. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm.
All right. So I don't know if we have a particular conversation. I will say that in the chat, I've noticed a few people reaching out to Lady Ty. So, oh, Anthony, you have a question? Or that's just a thumbs up. I was gonna say that I've seen a couple of people reaching out to Lady Ty. So we may try to organize to have her back. because I do think there is a great interest in the whole ebook and the writing of a book. So, Daniel, maybe we could circle back around to her and try to have her back on the call again. Maybe beneficial. I also met a lender last week at a networking event that I went to here in Dallas, and he's going to try to join us. I'm going to follow up with him to come on next Monday. But he's with Prosperity Bank, and they are the #1 land sellers in Texas, in the state of Texas. So they lend on land. So he's definitely going to come, him and one of his teammates, and they're going to kind of let us know about some products or services that may be beneficial to us as investors. So I'm looking forward to that too. That'll be next Monday.
Gotcha. And prior to you, getting on, Lisa, we were just talking about the event that we have coming up here in Atlanta in October. I'm not sure if you you got any information, but I'll definitely give it to you.
Well, I did see
Also,
something. I did see something about a convention that you having down here in Atlanta. I'm actually in Atlanta right now myself. I've been down here ever since when I left the camping. I came to Atlanta.
he was
Have a
camping
lot
for
of
2 weeks and then been out here for 2 weeks. It must be
yeah.
nice.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving here in 2 days though.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta myself. I'm leaving in the morning, so I was here for a few days. So I'll be headed to New York. Atlanta is one of our stronger investment markets. Dallas is our newer market, that we're scouting. Now that we have more members on the northern side starting to join, we're looking at some projects between New Jersey and Connecticut. So we'll start presenting stuff. If you see anything personally yourself, even if you just needed some questions, you can text it to me. You can send it to the group. But for the most part, you in the niche now, so we can start, having these communications, so we can kind of see where you fall in line at. But we're definitely looking for some stuff on the northern side. But we got more activity going on, like between Dallas and Atlanta as we speak.
Perfect.
I know. It's like everybody's so quiet today. Even you, Daniel.
Well, I'm just taking it all in. There's a few of us on here, so we all kind of know each other. We kind of becoming family now. So, Anthony's an architect, Lisa. Miss Janice, she is our Connecticut chapter president. She's also a retired nurse in New York, so she's a New Yorker in the Connecticut market. Mike Sherrod, he's a retired engineer out of New York as well. He's in Charlotte, North Carolina. Dr. Samuel, he runs a nonprofit organization, People Concerned International. Also, Maria also has a nonprofit organization as well. She's in Jackson, Mississippi. I don't know Miss Carolyn. I know she was referred by Anthony, so I'm learning that tonight. Hey, Miss Carolyn. And then I see Yomi is on here too. Abayomi. She's in Georgia. She's a commuter. She was one of the first persons that actually inspired me on anything in Africa years ago. I met Abayomi before, I think definitely before my daughter was born, because I named my daughter, middle name is Africa. And I remember me and Yomi having that conversation when she was actually born. But Yomi, she went into Senegal and adopted a tribe. And when she told me she adopted a tribe in Senegal, it sounded cool, but I still didn't know how in depth, it was. But now she lives over there half of the time out of the year and half of the time, over here in the States. So I'm not sure if she's in front of her. I don't think she's in front of her camera, but I see her. She chimed in here tonight as well.
Adopt a tribe.
Right?
Interesting.
Yeah, she adopted a tribe. She dug a well. And I just been fascinated about going to Africa for a very, very long time. So now I know Dr. Samuel. I met Cynthia. So You know, I have several clients I've been building with, you know, out of Africa, but for the most part, this is my most, you know, closest connection to people who's actually, you know, from there. So Jasmine mentioned to everybody, as well as Lisa, catch you up to speed. We're going to be hosting a trip in about a year to give everybody enough time to you know, get their tickets and everything. Right after this event we doing in Atlanta, Jasmine should be able to, you know, update the group with some more details on when that timeline is. But we all gonna go over to Africa as well. Dr. Samuel is out of Cameroon, so we're gonna make our pilgrimage through Nigeria into Cameroon as part of the trip that we're gonna be taking into Africa.
Yes, I think we're shooting, Dr. Samuel and I had like a preliminary conversation. So just to kind of give you guys an idea, we're thinking either November or December of next year. Is that right, Dr. Samuel? Maybe October. He said that we may be able to do October, but I'm thinking more November, December, correct?
Yeah, that would be good because the weather too will be good, and then that is period that a lot of people, there's events happening which will be very attractive.
So we're thinking what we've, you know, I'm just trying to get some numbers together. I haven't really been able to solidify those things, but I'm going to try to have a announcement by November of this year, so that, like we said, we could have like a year payment plan. So I'm looking for an agent that will be able to help us do like a one-stop shop where they have a portal where we could go in and make our monthly payments. So that's what I'm trying to work on, but we're definitely going to make it happen. So
Gotcha.
mark
For
the
sure.
calendar.
Well, I see you know, Jerome just chimed in. We were just talking about a lender. Jerome, Lisa's a new investor. If you could drop your information in the chat, Lisa, if you want to jot down Jerome's information. I know you in Atlanta now. He's a lender out of Atlanta that lend on investment property. So being that you on here, you can at least you know, get his contact information. He just actually logged on.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing? Good evening, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Good evening.
Jerome, will you lend in Connecticut as well? Like on the
Yeah,
northern side?
we lend in 47 states. So the only states I think we're not lending in is Delaware, North Dakota, and South Dakota.
Okay.
Right. I just sent Jerome an email this evening.
Oh, okay, Janice, I got it about 15 minutes ago. Yeah, I was going to respond to you, so I did get it. So I was going to give you a shout.
No rush. We're gonna talk.
Yes,
Absolutely great.
I know. It is a rush. Call her in the morning. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Any ways I can help here.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like, yeah. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
It's great.
Jerome have a different type of program than some of your average hard money lenders, but he's a little bit more lenient, especially on the rehabs on the first time investors, because the way that they structure their deals, he structures his deals to where you will be able to put your mortgage payments into the upfront portion of the actual loan. So therefore, the whole time that you're doing your rehab, you don't have to worry about no monthly payments, and that he doesn't have to worry about the risk, whether or not, you know, you can make your monthly payments. And they give you a nice lengthy time, you know, even if you needed, you know, 6 months to do your deals, his loans extend out a little bit longer. Am I correct, Jerome? From what
Yeah, and it works that way. The reality, especially, is kind of more geared to the more experience. So sometimes, you know, if you don't necessarily have the experience back, and if you can tie on with someone who does have experience that you can leverage, it's more advantageous if you can do it that way. You know, because if you get at a certain level, what we can do is be able to tie those interest payments into the loan. Which it also obviously helps your cash flow. And you know, those interest payments, it just makes it more advantageous because you're not really worried about it in the course of your project. But as Daniel mentioned, we do, especially on the heavy rehabs, we typically extend up to 18 months on a rehab. And the reason why is because sometimes you go through permitting, especially here in Atlanta. Sometimes permits is it's very difficult. And that's, anywhere in Atlanta. And it could be other places too as well. But it just kind of allows you to just get more time, because what you do find is that, hey, if you get jammed up in a project, sometimes people get over mature on a 12 months. So we allow the 18 months. And the good thing is that as we build that escrow in the loan, it doesn't penalize you. So there's no prepayment penalty. So if you're finished, before the term, whatever is in escrow gets credited back to you. For the first time investor, obviously, it's kind of hard because, leverage may not be as strong as experience. And so there's just two different ways, right? We can still do the deal. It just may not have the most leverage, right? And you may not have the premium on the rate. But what I do is I work directly with the lender, but what I also do is I broker too on the side. So just because, certain lenders have certain guidelines, if it doesn't fit within the guideline, I want to be able to find a home for you. So either way it goes, we can get the deal done as long as, if you have pretty good credit. And again, if you do have some experience there, it makes it even more better.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
So Jerome, there are asking for your information. So if you could please drop it in the chat.
Yep. Do that right now.
Yeah, way to contact you. That would be great.
All right.
Awesome.
And Lisa and Miss Janet definitely exchange information, get to know each other. Both of y'all is in the same area.
Okay.
Both of you guys are retired, so y'all got plenty of time to communicate with each other.
Oh, really? That's what you
Yeah.
would about
That's
retired
what you would
people.
think, but I'm a
Right?
very busy person. I'm
Okay.
very busy. It's like I said, I volunteer at the church 3 days a week. I do the pantry and I do a soup kitchen. And because Mikey, I also do catering, so I'm a cook. So I cook at the church, and like I said, I do the pantry at the church. And then besides that, I also have counseling, and I do online jobs also to make money. I organize doctors' offices and do stuff like that. Organize your calendars, light computer work. Well, I say light computer work, but my daughter keep on telling me that's not light, Mom. But I'm okay. Also, for me, it is light compared to the work that I used to do when I was a full-time worker with corrections, because all you do is reports and writing and stuff like that. So the little writing and stuff that I do now, I think is little stuff. But I don't know.
You sound busy to me. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I keep myself busy, because when I first retired, I was boggled a little bit. Like, what am I gonna do? It was a little scary not having nothing to do.
Mhm.
So I basically found stuff to do.
Yep. I know it. I was talking about that today too, but not retirement, but just staying busy and like constantly using my brain.
Gotta have a
Yeah,
purpose.
Yeah, and trying to create new tracks. So I don't have the mush brain.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that too.
Well, we're gonna have some stuff coming to you really, really soon, Jerome. So be patient with us. I know some of the I got a question for you. What do you necessarily like? I'll give you an example, like Miss Janet for instance, from a hard money lender standpoint, she haven't borrowed anything as far as to fix and flip, right? However, outside of her primary home, she has been an investor because she owned investment properties in Atlanta that was rentals at one point, and she sold them. So will that give her some leverage as far as experience, in your guidelines and stuff like that, that, being that she already, had rentals that she had for years that she sold?
Typically a lender wants to see some type of flip experience, right? I think sometimes, we try to, say we have rentals and so forth, but having a rental and doing a flip is two different things
Mm-hmm.
in a lender's eyes. Now, we will count rentals as experience, and especially if you bought a rental, you did some type of value add. So sometimes we can kind of cross reference. You got pictures of you, that type of scope of work. because the reality is as you start, you know, as you get, I don't know, you know, I did my first flip and I took a L, right? I learned from it, right? And I think that's kind of the hard key. And I think every lender wants to mitigate their risk. So that's why I say it's important that if you want to flip a house, it's very important that maybe you can find someone who has some experience that the lender can tie back and say that, hey, you know, we can go back to whoever's a guarantor on the deal that has some type of experience, and they can verify that via HUD statements and so forth. Because the reality, lender is going to mitigate the risk, right? I think, you know, sometimes we have in our minds we can flip a home, but if we haven't done it, it's a totally different game, right? Especially in the severity, how much you're putting into it. So, you know, to answer the question, I would say every lender is one to at least see maybe one deal that you've been able to flip. And if not, it's how do you find that partner that, you know, that you can find and help you be able to bridge that gap.
Gotcha.
Got it.
That's good. That was a good question. Any other questions, or would anyone else like to share or add value tonight?
Just want to share a couple of points. Yeah, good to see Jerome. Yeah, definitely. I'd use him recently on a project and worked out perfectly for me. So definitely stand-up guy. Very responsive. So definitely that was good. So again, appreciation for that resource that we just found among ourselves here. And then the other thing for Daniel, the what we call it, meetup group. If you want to put it to Orlando, that's fine, because I just found out that Orlando Realtor Association, they have a space that you could use. So we could also use that as a venue. And it's a pretty new outfitted unit that they have. So it's pretty brand new. So good to kind of get some traffic in there, and pull back in the real estate community or the real estate agent community, have some of them also come in as part of the, you know, the group as well. So yeah. So if you want to do Orlando, yeah, it's able to swing Orlando.
Gotcha. I'll send you the link also, because I don't think that you're on that. I don't know if you on the group or not, but I'll make sure you have it, so this way we can add you as an admin on it as well.
Yeah, that's
I have
good.
a question. So as a new flipper, I'm a new flipper. I'm a homeowner, that doesn't matter. But as a new flipper, as the group, someone in the group would basically, for my first flip, would partner with me, help me flip. What does the group actually do for a new flipper like
Yeah,
me?
pretty much. We'll create a joint venture. That's why I told you to get to know Miss Janice. She's in our area. I'll definitely be interested in doing a flip with you to bring the experience. But that's the main purpose of us building FTB, is for us to come together and create that leverage that we need as partners. And this way you can actually be on the deal as a partner versus an investor, so the lender can see your name tied to the deal and see it completed. So eventually, if you decide that you want to do a deal on your own, you have all the experience to be able to do a deal on your own as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
And
like a
also
little
the
plan.
support and accountability. And we have a great book club. Not sure if you want to add anything to your list of things to do, but our book
Of
club.
course. I mean, the sky is the limit. And I guess, after this meeting, I'm gonna put my email and stuff inside the chat also.
Yes, please
Okay.
do.
So
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna put mine.
Yep, and I'll follow up with the phone call or email, but our book club will be beneficial. That way you can learn through that. We have some great books. We alternate between like investment books and then personal and business development books. So that's another way of connecting and kind of expanding your knowledge set
Okay.
on real estate. Yep.
And Miss Carolyn,
Okay.
what state are you located in?
I was just about to ask that question. I think she's in New York. Yeah, I know. See, I was like, I listen, guys. I be secretly stalking y'all. Okay,
She's
yeah, I
on.
think.
She's
Yes,
off mute.
I'm in New York.
Okay.
I'm in New York. More specifically, the Mount Vernon, New York.
Okay.
Gotcha. So you're close to me. I'm in White Plains.
There you go.
Yes. So you got to try to get connected with Daniel. You have to have coffee or something.
No
Yeah,
problem.
I'm gonna get them on the New York meetup group and connect them with Eliana because she's working on actually not just her, but her, Miss Janice, and Al Tariq is gonna be working on a collaboration of a group meeting in the tri-state area coming up right after the Atlanta event. Well, so I'll get you guys that information. The meetup group is mainly for social outings that we're going to be doing socially. That's like a extension outside of our FTB group, but that's where you guys are going to be able to see anything that we're going to be doing locally, like if there's any type of networking events and stuff like that that's actually going on. So Miss Carolyn as well as Lisa, I'll make sure you guys are on there. And Maria, are you on the Dallas meetup group? You are? Okay, cool.
So yes.
Yep, I am.
Good. So yeah,
I'm coming to
Dallas.
Dallas real soon.
I was gonna say, so
When I get over this.
we're trying to have a boat event, possibly tentatively before the end of November. So just stay tuned, guys. I told you I'm like it was Jasmine's event, it's gonna be water related. So we're going to maybe do a sunset boat ride in Dallas.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
excited.
cool.
And we also found a location here that I think it's a Black-owned coffee shop, but they do events and they have live music and things. So we're probably going to partner up with them to be able to do our monthly events. So I'm working on it. So we'll just definitely have some more announcements for in-person events coming soon. Also going to try to circle back around to the property tax liens. I just kind of leaned into Anthony. I was like, we need, round two. So we're going to try to make that happen. Kind of get that on the calendar. And I want to try to do a new construction curriculum. So there are some things that I'm working on in the background that we'll be able to present either before the end of the year or at the first of the year. So, because time is just flying by. It's like 2 weeks to October. It's crazy. So yeah.
And Jerome, if you come across like any properties or any distressed loans where you know that maybe some of those other borrowers might be defaulting or maybe going into foreclosure or something like that, feel free to present that stuff to the group because we can simulate a team to kind of pull those things off. Because what I'm trying to do is, I know we got a couple of different lenders, and sometimes you meet good lenders and sometimes they kind of fade away. But for the most part, like you mentioned, Jerome, even if the main company that you work with, you also broker with other companies just in case if you got to be a little bit creative because every deal is different. But synergy of a working team where we just have whatever works work. Because once we know whatever works work, then there's really no need to be searching out. Not that we will turn our backs from other people that do the same thing that we do. But like Anthony said, he met Jerome here on FTB. They work together. He likes the way that everything is operating. We want to continue that. We want to constantly keep continuing. So we can kind of keep referring everything down the pipeline.
And one last
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
absolutely. I'm an open book, so if you got a question, I'm happy to answer. And as you mentioned, I can also reach out to our asset management team and see if anything has come maturing and it's something they're trying to get off the books. Because again, that could be an opportunity for all of us. So I think that'd be a great idea. So definitely
And if you see any of that, you can just put it right in that WhatsApp chat group.
okay.
Because then everybody will see it. Because mostly all of our members are on that particular group. We all starting to got to get used to checking WhatsApp. I want to say about 80% of the people probably don't even check it, and they might check it once in a blue moon. But I wanted to kind of put it there versus in a regular text group because people seem to get irritated if they normal text messages constantly buzzing all day long. But once people know that the information is there, eventually they'll start checking it regularly, knowing that there's going to be some activity going on. So if you
For
have
sure.
anything that comes across your pipeline, or even if you just find something in Atlanta, just pop it in there. And the same thing for you guys that's on the call. If you guys have a question about a deal and you just kind of want to know what the financing side of it looks like, because you may be interested in purchasing it, shoot it to Jerome and he'll run you some numbers so you'll know what you're looking at if you had to take that down. Don't make it a habit to, sending stuff that you aren't going to buy, because at the end of the day, we all out here trying to close deals. But if it's something that you're seriously looking at and you like, if you knew if the numbers make sense, you would do it. I'm sure he wouldn't mind, pulling some pre-numbers together for you guys on the loan side.
I also met an attorney through one of my good friends. She's a probate attorney in Lake County. That's outside of Orlando, Anthony. If you're interested, I can definitely connect you to her, because I'm sure they have like probate properties or that they're maybe trying to off put or however. So I will shoot you her info. I'll just go ahead and make a connection, because she's a good one.
Yeah, appreciate
Jerome,
that.
I do have a
appreciate
quick question for you, Jerome. How many loans will you put out at a time for an individual if they're timing, like, let's say, if as a group, like four of us create an LLC, two people got experience, two people don't, we come together and we do a loan. Will your company allow you to do another one if those same borrowers might be on another deal with maybe three other individuals as well? And the only reason why I'm asking this is because we want to start, getting some activity amongst the members in groups, so we can actually start having projects going on. And it may be one in Connecticut, we may have one in Atlanta, but at the same time, one individual may be in a financial position to where their name might be on two. Will a lender look at that, or will they just look at the fact that it's a different LLC that's coming to the table for the loan?
I mean, they'll look at it. So, I mean, like you say, just for you, I know you're bounced between New York, Atlanta, Texas, all Florida, so, if a person that has experience as yourself as a guarantor, let's just say if it's for the lender that I work for, they're going to open up so much, exposure to you, right? As a guarantor. So, I mean, they will keep tabs on it. But it all depends on what level that you are, so, and it goes to different tiers, silver, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, platinum plus. So it's all dependent on what type of tier that you are. But, I think it's always a way to skin a cat. So, if you're over the limit for exposure for one lender, it doesn't mean that we can't do a deal somewhere else. So, I mean, I just different lenders. So, I think as long as the deal makes sense, that and all the numbers is there and makes sense, we can get the deal done.
Gotcha.
I like how you think.
Yeah.
Right.
And one last question. Let's say if we want to do something within the 5 boroughs of New York City, because the numbers are a lot higher than going on the outskirts or in the southern areas. And to buy into something like a Queens or Brooklyn or something like that, we probably won't even be able to get in for less than $600,000-700,000. Are those some of the type of deals that you guys will be typically looking to work on, or um
If
on the
the
on
if,
the
if the deal makes sense and you have, again, decent credit and you have some liquidity there, we can get it done. This is not we're not a bank, so we're not going to go through your W-2s and tax returns for as asset base. So I think the numbers work there, and on both parts, we can get it done.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Okay.
This is a good lending conversation. Thank you for joining us, Jerome, because you're right on time, especially since had some inquiries already. And I think we have.
Yes.
Happy to help. And I'm an investor too. So I do projects myself. So, I can walk it, talk it, and just like, you are in this room, and I learned just like many of you here, I just got around the right people. And, as I'm lending, I'm always asking questions and, partnering on some deals. And, I think that's the kind of the gift that keeps on giving. And, I'm looking to explore outside of the Atlanta metro area, especially with those being in this room. So, it's fun. It's fun as you start seeing them checks come through. So, just happy that we all can have this energy together.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
good.
So just want to share one last thing as well on my part. Just, the fact that we are a group and, we share, for those who are wanted to get started or, on the fence to get started, we could always, get together into a mastermind where we kind of walk you through the deal, the do's and don'ts. And that way, at the end of the day, before you make your offer, you're comfortable knowing that, another person looked it over or a team looked it over and kind of, make sure that your offer is the best offer or have some contingencies in your offer. So that way you're comfortable as if you're a senior investor versus, thinking that you're just a starter. So, we're more than able to walk you through the deal, whether it's what a good piece of property looks like, what a good piece of land look like. And then the fact that we all have our own different lives that we have, we could always even take a walk up to the property and, do inspection for your structural inspection, whatever. So so you have a good team behind you, making sure that you're not getting burned either way, so whatever it takes to make sure that you're comfortable investing, we're here for that.
I love that. I love that. And actually it gave me an idea. I was like, maybe we can pull 6 or 7 examples and just have a mastermind just for practice. So maybe we can organize that as well. I'm like, I'll be calling you, Anthony. You be throwing stuff out here. I'm like, I hope you know what you're
This is my family, so I do anything for my family.
Very good. Love it.
And Daniel, sorry, I'm going to cut you off, Jasmine.
That's okay.
I have a new construction project coming up probably in a few weeks. So I'm just kind of get through the permitting process. So, every time you're in Atlanta, I'd be happy to, hey, I could put the shirt on, man, and we can go to work, man. And so that way we can advertise and just kind of put it out there. So just wanted to let you know as well.
Let's definitely connect.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. So it's so crazy because when you look at the call sometimes and the volumes or the participants on the call, you would definitely think that we're not growing. But when you look at it collectively and how the relationships are starting to expand, it's almost like a spider web. So it is growing outside of the calls. And so I just hope that you guys continue to connect with each other, call people. We reference BNI here a lot. It's another networking platform. But in that group, they ask that you make 2 or 3 calls to your fellow members every week to just touch base with them, see how they're doing, how you guys can help each other. This is my services, this is your services, what we can do. So I continue to encourage you guys to do that, because as we do that and as we begin to talk more about FTB, that's when we'll continue to grow and be able to expand. So I'm very, 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 very excited. I'm always very, 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 very excited. But and just being real, like I do have my days where I'm like, oh boy. But you don't give up and you just keep, chopping at the wood. And that's when you get the results and you get to see what, the fruition of your hard work. So stick with it. Everyone stick with it. Stick with it.
Jerome, I haven't forgotten about you as far as the quote you gave me for the Metropolitan deal. As you mentioned, the city of Atlanta takes forever with these building permits. So that's the only reason why I haven't really dug, even brought the Atlanta deal up too much, because we're just waiting on building permits. The architect finished all the plans. Being that that particular project is in the historical district, they sent us before hearing, which was this month, which we was able to get past that particular hearing. So once I know that I got a green light for the building permit, then that's when I'll be ready to do a financial commitment and stuff like that. I just didn't want to take on it too soon and, be paying a mortgage and paying a loan and everything. And then it take me 2-3 months on building permit. So it just literally was waiting to get past the permit.
I don't know if you're dealing with an expediter. If you need an expediter, I have a guy. He's really good. He's got my everything in process and it's got it moving. So just another note.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna reach out to you so we could just have a sidebar conversation anyway about a few things.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
I know. Oh, I think that was Miss Janice. She gave the outro. It wasn't me.
But all right. It is
All
7:09.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, finish it up. Wrap it up, Miss Janice.
It is 7:59, and it was a pleasure having all of you here. And we've exchanged some great information about financing today. And we want to thank Jerome for being our special guest, giving us some tidbits. It definitely helped me. So we're going to talk, Jerome, because I have to get a little more clarity. But don't forget the book club. And we're reading 10 Times Rule,
Yeah.
right?
The 10X.
And you join us next week at 6 o'clock. And everyone have a great evening.
Okay, Miss Janice is
Thank
coming for my
you.
job, y'all. She is coming for my
Thank you so
job.
much. It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
And Miss
Yeah.
Janice, I'll call you. I just see you put the question about
Yeah.
the Connecticut property. We've reached out to the agent. The agent said that the listing agent has to be on site for us to actually get out. They did
Mhm.
say that they had like a group meeting last Monday. So they're just trying to see if the property is actually still available, and that was as of last week. So
Oh, okay.
I'll follow up with Larry, but I did personally speak to that particular agent in Connecticut, and she's also an investor, and
Okay.
she seems to be really knowledgeable about all the hot spots to pick up
Oh,
properties
okay.
on your side. So we had a really, really good conversation. So I'll loop you into the group chat because me, her, and Larry is in a group chat
Oh,
in
great.
a
Okay.
text. I'll loop you in so this way you can follow along.
Right. Okay. Great. That sounds good.
Okay, we have one last question from Lisa, and then we're really gonna go. Oh, did you mean to put your hand up or no? You didn't mean to. She's looking at me
No, I
like,
didn't mean that. That's why I said, what happened now?
like, I ain't
No,
no
I didn't mean
question.
to.
She's
No,
saying
I'm
hi.
good.
All right.
Yeah, good night.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
Everybody have a great
how
evening.
she at a
All right.
Not a
Everyone, have a
football
good
game.
night.
Y'all
All
take
Good
care.
night.
Good
Love
night,
you all.
guys.
Take
Bye,
care.
Love you
guys.
all.
Night.
Love you guys. Have a great week. Happy Monday.
Yeah,
All
Janice
right.
will
Have a great
see.
week.
Yeah, see you this weekend.
Thank you.
All right.
Family.
Bye-bye, guys. Oh,
Multitasking,
yeah,
but
I'll
I'll be
be in
on
touch
camera
with
next
you. I'm going to
week.
call you before your procedure, okay? All right. Bye, guys.